Today we are going to prepare breadcrumbs cutlet. For this we need one big sized onion finely chopped, half capsicum chopped, one carrot grated, a little bit of coriander, green chilies grated and curry leaves. Along with this we also need 1 cup of besan or gram flour and 1 cup of breadcrumbs. And along with this we need some ginger garlic paste, baking soda or salt and chili powder. Now let's start. First of all, take a bowl and add some onion, capsicum, carrot, green chilies, add a little bit of ginger garlic paste to this. Along with this, add half spoon of salt. Just a little bit would be enough for now. Half spoon of chili powder. As we already added chilies, just look at the quantity when you are adding the chili powder. If you do not like spice, reduce the quantity of chili powder. Now add a pinch of baking powder to this, baking soda. This is normally called the cooking soda. Just a pinch of it would be enough. Now mix the ingredients well. Make sure they're all mixed properly. This would take around 1 to 2 minutes for them to be marinated and mixed properly. And when it's ready, please add the curry leaves. We're going to add the coriander at the end. And once you add the curry leaves, just mix it properly. And you would start feeling waterish on your fingers. That's the right consistency that we have to maintain. Now add a little bit of besan. We're going to add the besan step by step. So just a little bit, about 1 spoon of besan right now, just to absorb the water and the moisture in it. And we're going to give it a thorough mix. Now at this stage, allow it to rest for about 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, take the breadcrumbs and add it slowly depending on the quantity of the mixture that you have taken. We're not going to add any water to this because it would make the dough really slippery. We are going to use some moisture in it, and if needed we would add a little bit of water in the end before we are preparing the cutlet. And now keep checking the consistency. We need to have a consistency wherein you can form balls. And I still need a little more consistent, so I'm adding a little more of breadcrumbs to this. This would be a very healthy snack for your kids if they like, if they do not like to eat vegetables, and you can add the vegetables of your choice to this as well. And along with this, add a little more of besan to this. I'm adding another half spoon to 1 spoon of besan. And mix it thoroughly. Just ensure that it gives you the thick consistency because we are gonna have more moisture on it. So do not make it smooth down. Yes, we need this type of consistency for now. Mix it all pretty well and make it rest for about 20 minutes because we have added the baking soda to it. It would need some time, so allow it to rest for about 20 minutes. And if you feel that your dough is really hard at this point of time, Do not add any water. We can add the water after 20 minutes before we are preparing the dish if needed. Please note that the onion and the capsicum would release moisture into the dough. Now keep a lid on this and allow it to rest for about 20 minutes. After 15 to 20 minutes, your dough may look something like this, and if you have some additional time, you can marinate it for about 30 minutes. That would be good enough time for this. And once it's done, you may even keep it in the refrigerator and use it in the evening as well if you have prepared it in the morning. Now look at my dough, it's all breaking into pieces, and this isn't the consistency that we need. We need a little more moisture on this. So what I would be doing is I would just take a little amount of water right now, and just by dipping my fingers in it, I'm gonna add it to this dough. Just a little amount of water would do. Around 4 to 5 drops or a maximum of 1 to 2 spoons would be more than enough. Please do not add more water. And at this time, you can even check the taste of the dough to ensure that it has the right amount of salt and spice in it. Now add the coriander to this. Coriander actually gives you a really good smell and feel of any dish, and I personally prefer it. If you do not like it, you may even skip it. Now mix the dough pretty well, and on the other hand, heat up a pan with oil in it. And for this dish, you can even deep fry it or shallow fry it, or you may even have it on a regular pan. Right now I am frying it in oil. It would be a shallow fry. So I have taken only a little amount of oil in the vessel, and I am heating it up when I am mixing the dough. And once the dough is all ready, I would make the cutlets in the shape of my choice. So for this, I am gonna make oval shaped cutlets, where I would take a little amount of the cutlet dough, roll it in between my hands and press it a little bit. That's it. And here, do not make it too thick, not too thin, because there might be a chance of breakage if you make it too thin. This is the thickness that I have made my dough balls to be, and I'm just keeping it in a plate. Now let's prepare the dough till the oil gets heated up. Let's quickly prepare 3 to 4 balls. 3 to 4 cutlets in the shape of your own choice. You may even have it like a pakoda. Even that tastes pretty well. And in the meantime, if in case you feel your hands are getting dried up, you may even take the water and just have your hands watered like this, so that the ball would not lose its shape. Roll it a little more and press it. At once, you may have, based on the size of your pan, you can deep fry around 5 to 3 or 4 at once. But for the pan that I have right now, it would easily fry around 5. I'm just checking the heat of it. It need not be too hot, and once it's all heated up, simmer your stove. This is really important. If not, your cutlets would not fry in the middle. So simmer it, and always you have to fry anything in low flame. And now slowly add all the cutlets to the oil. Do not turn the cutlets immediately after adding it to oil, because that might result in breaking the cutlet. So give it a second, and in the meantime I am preparing other cutlets as well. Here the dough was a little tough, so I add a little more water on it, pressed it again. I am keeping them aside. Keep the stove on simmer for a few more minutes and see how it turns out. Now if you observe it carefully, the cutlet started changing its color. Now flip them over carefully. Continue to keep the stove on simmer and flip over the cutlets. If you're doing it on a pan or a tawa, just add a little bit of oil and have the cutlets fried on both the sides. In the meantime, I'm even preparing other cutlet balls for the next round of cutlets. So let it fry. It would take some 3 to 4 minutes because it's on simmer. But keep checking it. It might even vary based on the size of the cutlet and the thickness that you have prepared it with. It has to be nice golden brown color. Because we added breadcrumbs in it, it might even be a little bit dark. But do not over fry them. I'm preparing the dough of other cutlets as well, and with the quantity that we have taken, that's 1 cup of breadcrumbs and I took around 3/4 cup of besan with 1 cup of breadcrumbs. With that I have got around it looks like around 20 cutlets of medium sized ones, and you may prepare the ones of your choice as well. So here you go. Now let me quickly flip it over a little more and keep flipping the cutlet just to ensure that it's fried on both the ends, because here I'm not deep frying them, I'm shallow frying them. That's why I'm flipping it over. As reusing the oil is not a good practice, I always prefer to shallow fry any items that I like to. Now I have prepared all the other balls and they're still frying. I just flipped it over again and I do see the color is really good, and now cutlets are all ready to be served. So I'm taking them off the pan. Just to drain away the excess of oil, and I'm putting my other cutlet batch into this. While I'm frying the other batch, now let me quickly serve them to you all and show you how they look like. They're pretty hot, so I'm not going to touch it right away. In the meantime, I'm frying the other cutlets over here. I will plate them up and show you how they look like. So here you go, and to plate your cutlets, just add a little bit of chopped onions, and you can have it with ketchup. I'm gonna try it now, and it looks yummy. Let's see how it tastes like. It's awesome. Just try it out for yourself.